there, it's Carol with Carol B Crafts. We're going to be making this card today. It's number 4 in my online class, Thanksgiving. And it's the class includes 6 thank you cards in a fall theme patterned paper. I used the painted Autumn DSP for these 6 projects. Now this is a top folding card, and you have plenty of room to write a message or stamp something else in there that you like. If you haven't gotten the my class, either purchasing it or earning it free with the $60 retail purchase using the current host code, check out my blog www.carolbcrafts.com so that you can make these cards, these 6 cards, along with me. And there'll be a video for each card. Now the packet that you get will look like this, and it'll have everything you need in there. And I even give you a packet of adhesives that you can use, glue dots, mini Stampin Dimensionals and Stampin Dimensionals, so that all you need is maybe your multi-purpose glue and your adhesive, snail adhesive, and some scissors for this project. And then you do need a stamping majig if you have one. That will be a big help for you. So here's everything we need, and I do include an envelope with each card kit. Let's go ahead and start with our stamping. These pieces, this is the regular Whisper White, and it's 5.5 by 1 inch. 5.5 by 1 inch. You only need one, but we will start out. I give you 2 extra in case you have a problem with your stamping. Get our Stamp-A-Majig out, and it comes with 2 pieces, a plastic piece and the arm. The ink that we'll be using is going to be Cajun Craze. Put my little pearls over here with the other things. And the stamp that we'll be using is from the One Big Meaning, and we're going to use Thank You for Everything and More, and I have it on a D block. I find that the D block works best with the Stamp-A-Majig. So we're going to start by putting our image on the plastic. And so we're going to put this corner in the corner here and go straight down. And that will show us where our image is going to be. Then I'm going to put on the back side, I'm going to put a little bit of snail just to hold that down and in place. And this grid paper comes in real handy for this. So this is about where I want it. I don't have to worry so much about the centering it this way, just centering it this way, because I'm going to trim this down. So I'm going to put that right about there, and then get my stamp back with the ink, get up really good, and then I'm just going to go straight down and straight up. Now I'll bring in the other items that we have. I have a piece of Cajun Craze that is one of our layers, and it is 3.5 by 5.25. Now I've run this to give it a little texture. I've run this through my Big Shot using this Petal Burst embossing folder. And I just put it in there like that, and then I ran it through my Big Shot. But I didn't like that it was so like bumpy, so I ran it back through. I think I showed you this before. I put my plates, my first plastic plate, then I put my cardstock that had been embossed, and then I put this on top of it with the fold facing the machine. Then I put this back on top, and then I ran it through again, and what that did is put pressure on this and make it look more like a textured than an embossed, which is the look I was going for. So now that we have our embossed piece, which if you take my class you don't have to worry about embossing it because it'll be pre-embossed for you. We're going to go ahead and put this on our piece of Cajun Craze, and we want it about 3/8 of an inch from the bottom. So we'll go ahead and put this here. Now we're going to end up cutting it, so you don't have to put it all the way to the end. Just put it to where you you want it, and that looks about right in the center. And then I'm going to take my snips on the back, and I'm just going to cut along the edge to make that even, my paper snips. So then this is ready to go on top of our, well actually it's not ready to go on top yet. We need to put our twine on there. This is the Solid Baker's twine, crushed curry. Let me see how long this is. It's actually 1 yard. And I'm wondering, okay, so we have 1 yard to wrap around, and then we have a smaller piece that is 8 inches. So we're going to wrap this around the top part of our card layer, and we're going to just take our snail and we're going to put about 2/3 of the way down some snail on each side, and that's going to hold this in place. So starting on this side, we will start at about 3/4 of an inch from the top. And I'm just gonna, you know, I might put some snail there where I'm going to start it to just help it to stay in place. So about 3/4 of an inch from the top, I'm going to go around once and bring it down just a little bit. And then we're going to just work our way down by going around and around. And looks like I went around, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to give it a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks good. So I'll let you look at mine. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive here where that tail ended up, so that I can put it in there and trim it to size. Okay, so now it's ready to go on our crushed curry layer, and it's 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So let me put some more snail on here. Let me gently go over the twine, and I'm going to put a lot because that twine's going to, and I might even put some on the twine itself. There we go. Now that's, I feel confident that that's going to stick. And normally I'll use my waxy strip, but with this, with the twine, I don't think it's going to be a good idea. So I'm just going to try to wing it best I can without my waxy strip. Not too difficult. Okay, so next is going to be, this panel is going to go on our green panel, which is 4 by 5 1/2. That's garden green. And the thing about this panel is It is, and I will use my waxy strip for this, it is going to be the same height or length as the green. So I'm only going to look to get a edge on the sides. So it's going to meet up with the green at the top. And then I'm just going to bring this down and pull that out. And then it's ready to go on to our card base, our top folding card base, which is half a sheet of thick Whisper White. And it too, again, will meet at the top. So let me get my, did I tell you it was 4 by 5.5? The garden green is 4 by 5.5. And this is going to go even with the top. And so it might actually be easier not to use this on here, on this particular one, because we're meeting the top here. Hopefully I can do it without the waxy strip. We're going to take our time and get it straight so that it's even at the top. There we go. Now if it sticks out a little at the bottom, you can take your snips and trim it. Alright, so we're ready to put our focal point on. We don't need this because I didn't have any problems with my stamping. Now we have, for our focal point, we have a delicate white doily, and we have a piece of Cajun Craze, which is cut with the 3rd largest scallop die in the Layering Circles Framelits dies. So we have that cut with the 3rd largest scalloped circle die. And then this came from the DSP that's in the painted Autumn, and I used the 3rd largest circle die, and then I chose to cut, you can see, I just cut this down to size so it would fit in my big shot, and then I just cut that out with that 3rd largest circle die. So we'll go ahead and put these in place with some snail. You could use some glue if you'd rather do that, if you prefer. And I'm going to put my circle, my bigger flower on the left. And then we're just going to circle this, put it in the center of our doily. And then, let's see, how did I put that on there? It looks like I used the large Stampin Dimensionals on the back to put that on. And I'm just going to use several. And take these backing off. Okay, I have all the backing off. It's ready to go on my front of my card. I'm just going to center it there, where I'm pretty much meeting the doilies, meeting the edges of the Cajun Craze all around. Then I'm going to push it down. We only have a few things left to do. We're going to go ahead and put our bow on. We're going to slide it underneath here, this piece right here, and we're going to make our loop like we always do, our little loop, hold it close together. Then we're going to wrap, well, let me get more of a tail. I think I need more of a tail down there. It's easier. I'm going to get this and wrap it around the loop and then push it through the loop that I just made, like that. And I'll pull my tails and my loops, pull my tails, pull my loops until I get it to where I like it. That looks good. Could be a little bit smaller, I think. Just a tad. Alright, and then I'm just ready to trim those ends with my snips. And lastly, if you see, there's 3 little pearls and I give you 4. If you have something pointy, I'm going to use my pierce tool, go underneath it, and put it right here near the edge, kind of in the center, but a little lower than the center. I'm going to put this one down here in this corner, but not terribly straight in the corner, kind of away from the edge. But you can put these wherever you feel that you want them. I'm going to put this up here by the T, and then you have 1 extra. Alright, so we are done with card number 4 in the Thanksgiving online class, which is 6 thank you cards in a fall theme. If you haven't purchased or earned for free with a $60 retail purchase using my host code, check out my blog, www.carolbcrafts.com, and get your own free class kit so that you can follow along with me in these videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye now.